Welcome back, Thunderleaf fans. We are pleased to have you here with us again on this fine Monday night. We are back in Cyberpunk, so thank you for being here. We're into episode 4 now, so we're starting to get a little bit of a feel for where this string of the story is going to take us. But let's start with some brief introductions. I'm, as always, Donnie. I play Skrull, everybody's favorite medtech, and I'm joined by 3 of the greatest role players and the greatest dungeon master on the internet. Let's throw it around and introduce ourselves, and then we'll do some quick thank yous and shout outs as well as we always do. But just quickly to kind of get ourselves in character, help learn a little bit about each other. Tonight, we're going to go with the question of what is something your character pretends to understand, but actually does not? And you know what? I think I'll go ahead and start us off tonight. So for Skrull really pretends to understand how all these things work, why the body connects to things, but really, I'm pretty sure the nervous system is just magic.
Oh, I love it.
I'm gonna die.
So I'll just work down work down the list here, and we will turn it over to Greg next.
I play Static, everybody's favorite rocker boy, baby. And he claims to have a really solid understanding of music history, but he doesn't know AC/DC from Aerosmith.
I love it. The shirt, too. And dropping down one more on my screen here, we have Amy.
Hi. I play Hopscotch, our nomad and resident ass kicker. And she, I think, would say she's much more worldly than she really is. She's actually quite naive, and definitely doesn't quite understand, especially in the city. So there's a lot of just kind of like bullshitting her way through stuff or just kind of blatantly like blind to what's around her going through the city. But she'll pretend like she knows everything.
I feel like that's me in real life.
Yeah. That resonates deeply.
All right. And last of the players, and certainly not least, Ray.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to be playing former Mac Tech officer Bailey Young, who goes by Cavalry. And she legitimately does not understand how Hopscotch does everything so fucking cool. Like, Cav has probably trained most of her life for, like, tactical takedowns and things. And, like, Hopscotch just walks in and does it. And a little bit Cav's like, God damn it. I was gonna do a cool thing. But no, never mind. I'll just shoot him, I guess. Yeah.
All right. And Mike, we learn every week that you know just about how to do everything. Which one are you pretending to know how to do?
If you ever take any sort of investment advice from me, that's just me guessing. I don't understand it at all. Markets do weird things. Nothing.
Good to know.
That's funny.
So, yeah.
I'm going to call my broker.
Don't listen to me about money.
Yeah.
Put all your money in waffles. Tasty waffles.
Safety waffles. That sounds legitimate.
Lots of syrup.
It also sounds like definitely something we would talk about on our Discord.
Yeah, that's also true.
Which is a great segue. So if you are enjoying our content, we very much appreciate you joining us. Please help us out. Hit that subscribe button down below. Throw a share out there for us. Drop a comment that just says, we're the dumbest people on the internet. We just love to see it. It doesn't matter. But if you are feeling extra crazy, you can join us on Patreon, get access to our Discord. You can get access to Ray's weekly notes, which are the only reason any of us have any idea what's going on. And we all crack up reading them as well because they're just hysterical. And so check that out. Otherwise, we want to give some brief shout outs to the folks that help make our stream possible. We use a Foundry Virtual Tabletop for our game software. We want to thank, of course, Oh gosh, I'm out of practice here. Kevin McLeod at
Incomtech, Kevin McLeod.
Yeah, for our intro and outro music, Sirenscape runs our soundboard. And last but certainly the most important, the creators of the game, our Talsorian Games, created Cyberpunk Red, which is a system we're playing and butchering, and we love it so much. So, yeah, none of those sponsor us, but we definitely want to give credit where credit is due. So thank you to all those parties that help make our stream possible. And of course, check us out on our other streams. We've got rave reviews on Wednesdays and Sunday nights at 9:30 Eastern, 9 Eastern. I just want to say everything's on the 30, but 9 Eastern, Wednesdays and Sundays for rave reviews. And then I do a Donnie Does It painting streams on Thursdays. Right now it's Greg Does It. He's doing some leather working on there, which is super cool to check out. So, yeah. And with that, we're going to step away for just a moment here, and we will launch back with Mike into the story.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. And as we pick up where we left off, we are coming into the basement of this facility. You guys find yourselves stuck in here. And I think Static had been trying to mess with some tools and some toolboxes, just kind of tinkering with some of these draining tubes that they were told to drain, and things did not quite go as well as we had hoped. Triggered some additional flooding as they were quickly brought out of the room. Some of us needed assistance to disobey some orders to leave the room. And we find ourselves in this kind of larger chamber of this kind of hallway corridor area, as the door that you were just kind of poking around in over, slammed shut as water was kind of starting to flood that room, and you can kind of see through a little window on the door as the water level is getting higher and higher, and the red lights come on in this room and kind of start sirening, saying low oxygen detected, as the air system is starting to fail in this area as doors are shutting and the facility is taking precautions to not flood the entire building. That's when everybody notices a slight kind of warm sensation below your right eye, kind of in your sinus cavity. There's a little bit of a warmth going on. And as the water in here kind of sloshing up around your knees, what are we doing? We've got a couple. There's the door you came in from, kind of up above you. There's a door that is closed to your left, and a door that is open on the right.
And the room we are in is filling with water.
It's filling up a little bit, but it's much kind of as that door seals, it kind of stops that flood. So this whole floor is filled with kind of varying levels of water. But this one now seems just a little bit deeper. Most of the floor is kind of ankle deep, but this has started to rise up a little bit to around your knees.
But the rapid flooding is on the other side of the door.
On the other side of the door, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so that room is just being flooded entirely. And if you look, the door below you also has a window, and that is pretty flooded in there as well.
Do I still have the need to wait here and listen to orders?
No, I think Hopscotch kind of grabbing you kind of jostled you out of that, so you have a little bit of free will. Kind of not sure what came over you there, but.
And the other crew that was down here helping, they're somewhere else, right?
Yeah, they're somewhere else. You went one way, they went the other. And you guys were trying to compete to see who can clean out more of these drainage tubes for, you could be awarded some time off, supposedly.
Do we spot any of the drainage tubes in this room?
Let's do some perceptions, just to kind of get a general glance around this room.
You were gonna say spot hidden, weren't you? Because we were playing Cthulhu
I
last night. It's a 16 for Static.
$14 for Cav. Oof.
Scrawl is just like face against the glass, just staring into the other room.
Well, I got a 30.
That's
I again
wild.
see into parallel universes.
I was just gonna say, Hopscotch sees in another dimension.
Yeah. So, all right. Everybody is going to see that, in each of these rooms, kind of every so often, there is probably 2-foot circles kind of built around every 15, 20 feet or so. So these are those kind of drainage tubes in each of the rooms, kind of around like the base of the room. There's also some larger air vents around. Most of those are kind of higher up on the wall. You'd really have to be a little bit tiny to get in, but they're pretty large air vents that go around. But Hopscotch, you notice that this water has been here for a bit. It's definitely icy, but you can kind of see where some of the water levels kind of change a bit. And on kind of one of the grates of those drainage tubes is this kind of, it's almost like a organically grown like crystal kind of thing, but it's much more smooth than like a crystal would be, but it's got that kind of appearance. So it's definitely some sort of like mineral silica kind of growth thing kind of encrusting around the grates of some of these drainage tubes.
Interesting. So, first order of business, because I have my new belt from my frenemy, but it, like tucked under my jumpsuit, under all my clothes and stuff. But we have tools. I'm going to grab shit and I'm going to tuck it up in my belt under my clothes and start getting shit to take upstairs. And then I am going to grab whatever else Static had, the toolbox and the shit he was carrying. Just for fuck's sake, like, why do I have to clean up your messes all of the time? I'm so sick of this shit.
I was
And
just
I'm gonna
trying to
start
help.
trying to. Shh. Be done. Just be done. I'm so sick of cleaning up after you.
Fine.
And then I will take those tools and I will actually start like trying to fix shit in this room so that we at least don't like die in this room.
Is this a hallway down here to the left?
Yeah, there's a bit of a hallway kind of going down there.
I think Static is, after getting told off like that, he's always yelling at me. I'm just trying to help. And he's going to kind of wander off on this hallway a little bit.
Okay. So Hopscotch, let's start with a basic tech, kind of doing some repairs around there. What are Cav and Scrawl up to?
Scrawl is probably seeing Hopscotch stashing tools at this belt, and he is like turning her. Oh, Hopscotch, that is contraband. That's not allowed. We're going to get in big trouble bringing that upstairs.
Never once have you given a shit.
Prisoners to be kings of this prison.
Right. Can you give me a hand with this, buddy, please? And you know damn well you don't care about that. But can you give me a hand? Because I learned that basic tech would have been important, and I never put points in it. So, is
do you
it
have
like
like
D&D? Can I get an assist?
Yeah. You could do an assist. We could do yeah.
Yeah, like she's directing me to like do something with the grates. I'll certainly do as directed.
So kind of a
I'm
basic
very
tech
compliant.
from Scroll there.
Basic.
Do so much better than me. Thanks.
Yeah. I'll roll in the. Ooh, there we go.
Ooh.
Hey.
So let's take a moment here, since we keep nailing these crits. So we should probably tell people that are watching how this game works, right? Like, not everybody's familiar with Cyberpunk. So since we just dropped 2 crits and a critical failure in the last 2 rolls here, like, so it's a D10 system. You roll a 10, you roll another D10, and if it's a critical fail, you subtract that from your roll, and if it's a critical success, you add it. So that's how on a D10, Amy rolled a 30 for perception, and I just rolled a 28 for basic tech.
Absolutely. So what are you fixing in here? What's are you cleaning out some of these drainage tubes?
Yeah, I assume that's what Amy's or Hopscotch is pointing Skrull at. So Skrull will start digging in there and hacking with a screwdriver and prying stuff out. And
Yeah, so as you kind of get in and start cleaning these things out, you know, a lot of the gunk is kind of some of these crystalline kind of structures. And as you kind of touch them and hit them with the screwdriver, they kind of disintegrate into like the powder kind of thing. But there is a little bit of kind of organicness to it. So it's almost like it's like it was a creature. But just had this kind of fragile skeleton around it. So kind of like a coral kind of thing.
Are there any
definitely more translucent than these stone, like a typical stony coral?
Like, is there any hint that this like dust might be like medically useful? Is it something that might like I think Skrull is probably trying to like deduce what exactly this is. Maybe like, you know, the wafting, and then if it like doesn't burn my nose, I might like. Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So we could do a science. We could do some wilderness survival.
Can I wilderness
education.
survival?
You can wilderness survival it. Yeah.
Me and Hopscotch are like in there licking this thing.
Yeah. I'm just like, no. Oh god, this is how we die.
I have rolled 3 criticals on 3 rolls.
That's
2
insane.
failures and 1
Well, I
success.
got a 23.
Go big or go home.
I got a 6.
So while you're busy licking it, Hopscotch, this reminds you of, you know, maybe some other nomads you were trading stories with, some kind of sea nomads. But these are a sort of, they're called glass sponges. So it's, you know, like a typical sea sponge. But they're kind of made using like, they build their kind of bodies out of silica as opposed to other things. So these are definitely creatures, and they are typically found in the North Pacific, North Atlantic, kind of colder oceans.
Oh. Well, that's good. We get a beat kind of on where we are, maybe. North? We're north. That's good.
That's
We're
more than
not
we had before.
south.
Skrull determines this salty. I think we are in ocean, Hopscotch.
We're the north. We are not in South America, probably. So that's great for us to know. Not in Kansas anymore, y'all. Okay, so I will, as Skrull and I are just beating the shit out of these pipes and trying to get stuff squared away, and I'll check out the air vents and stuff like that too. Just go through and, you know, see what we can do to keep from dying. Try not to destroy all of the precious little creatures. They live here.
And
maybe I'll
as
just put them into like a box. I'll just have a box of sea sponges. So just put them in here when you take them off.
Can I have a concentration check too, Hopscotch, while you're kind of clearing things out? So, Cav, what are we up to?
I'm probably checking these other doors. Like, are any of these sealed shut?
This door here is closed, but it doesn't seem sealed. The one down here and the one that Static was poking in are definitely sealed.
Okay. The one that's just shut and not sealed, I would like to go in.
Okay. Okay, cool. So we'll jump over to Static, who has been kind of wandering through some hallways here. And kind of as you find your way back here, this is a series of tunnels and alcoves and different areas that have a variety of like electrical boxes and kind of routing for kind of some data cables, some power cables. So this kind of looks like the major nerve center of cables kind of comes through here.
Are any of them labeled? Specifically, he's looking for like an oxygen or environmental controls, because that was the announcement we got is oxygen concentration.
Right. Yeah, this is more of kind of like a power distribution kind of circuit breakery kind of area.
Okay.
So nothing directly related to those, although these probably supply, by the number of these, it probably supplies power to it. There are some places where most of the cables are kind of, I mean, they're thick, right? They're bringing lots of power to a big facility, but there's a couple that are like really thick kind of cable bundles, and they are headed kind of in the same direction, but before they kind of disappear off into the ceiling, they shoot a different direction.
I think he's going to follow the big thick cables that shoot off.
Right. So those are going to lead kind of back towards where you came from. So they're kind of heading up in that direction, and then eventually, as you get to, you know, coming back into the main room, they disappear, you know, into the ceiling. But they're definitely headed in that direction. And Cav, when you come into this kind of room over here on the side, there's some kind of like computer workstations. There's, you know, again, kind of knee-deep water in here now. And there's a door that kind of leads a bit south from where those kind of terminals are. And if you were to read the sign on the door, it says life support and valve controls.
Is there any power to any of that?
They are actually still on.
Guys?
Hopscotch, with your 14, kind of digging around through some of the debris you find in here, there is a ripped kind of shipping label with an address that looks familiar because you drove to this facility. It is that biotechnical lab.
Where we got our pet spider dog?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, everything's coming full circle. Isn't this just real dandy for us, y'all? Shit.
What isn't what dandy? You find something else to yell at me for?
You're a dandy.
You know it.
Look at the address. Look familiar?
That's where we went there. That's where we got that. It's where I saw Jessica's bike.
Yeah.
That can't be a coincidence.
I've learned that nothing is. Everything is shit. This is just an insane circle that we're just like spinning and going down a drain, and it's all just rolling around us, and just, this is insane. Are there Jeffrey's tubes? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I think we could find those.
I was also going to ask, is the oxygen level still dwindling in here?
Pat's still yelling for everybody to like come to the life support area that she's found.
Fine.
Yeah, so yeah, and as you kind of wait a bit, you feel that warm spot in your cheek kind of getting warmer as these lights are flashing and oxygen sensors are reporting dropping levels.
What did you find, Hopscotch? Do we need to do anything in here?
Is there something for us to do to here?
Yeah, so as you come down into the room here, there are banks of kind of computer terminals labeled for various environmental systems. So you've got oxygen, you've got water supplies, you've got power supplies. A bunch of the alarms it's got a kind of rough map of this level, and various sections are kind of throwing alarms. It shows, kind of sealed doors.
But it does look
it's
localized.
Yeah, it definitely looks localized.
Okay.
I mean, if it has power, shouldn't we see if we can't get it working? I feel like we need the oxygen. That's kind of important, right?
Well, yes, but we don't have authorization to play with this. We should probably check with the guards first. Make sure
Are
that
you
we're
high?
No, I am a model prisoner here, and I am going to be the best model prisoner in the prison.
We can't
I
exactly
just
check
look
with
at
the guards
Cav, and
if
I'm
they're
like,
dead. Here, get out of the way, Scrawl. And Static is going to move up to one of these oxygen control sensors and see what the options are.
Yeah, so as you're looking, it's some of the air vents in this local kind of lower quadrant where you guys are right now, this kind of bottom left area, are kind of indicating that there's low oxygen and the levels are falling in this area, and that the system is recommending doors to be sealed to isolate this area from the rest of the facility, and it's kind of asking for approval to lock the doors, and there's a countdown going where you've got 15 seconds to decide before it automatically makes its decision.
Guys, we've got 15 seconds. Do we want the doors closed or not?
Would we know if the guards would come, or would they just be like, "Oh, they're dead," or would they actually try to come get us? Do we know?
The announcement said to stand still, and wait. But that was really it. So, what is Cav's take on how this prison is run? Does she think that
we're dead? No one's coming to get us. They told us to wait there, and it flooded, and we'll send the next crew down to get the bodies.
The singular guard left and went back in the elevator and left us fully unattended.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, Static's going to hit the no, let's not lock the doors button.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes, no, I don't want the doors locked.
Override confirmed.
All right, I don't know if it's going to get us more oxygen, but at least we should be able to get out of this room.
I mean, there's enough open air, we have a little bit. Even if the oxygen is lower, we're not going to immediately suffocate. We have a little bit of time in here.
See if we can figure something out with the rest of these terminals, maybe. Get the oxygen back on, or get this water out of here or something. I don't know if it's any use to you, and you'll probably blame me for it anyway, but there's an electrical room over on the other side of the hall there.
Is there, especially in this room, but I guess anywhere, is there a map of the area or a emergency exit, like the back of a hotel room door? This is where you go,
Yeah. So basically, what this there's a map on the display, and as you're kind of poking through, you can kind of see it. So it's roughly kind of ring shaped, and there is a cross in the center. So right in the center of that ring is that elevator that you came down. So around the outside of this ring are various cargo bays for different things, and you can kind of make out where the electrical breakers are, where you are, kind of in this lower left quadrant of this circle. What those cargo bays are isn't labeled, but it does show you, on the map that every so often there are these kind of bulkhead doors, and it will indicate which ones are open, which ones are sealed. And based on what you're seeing and what you've seen in this little area so far, that a lot of the areas that are sealed tend to be completely flooded. So the section you are in now is the most heavily flooded, and a little bit kind of in that top center bit is flooded as well.
And there's only one elevator.
That is marked on this map, yes.
Okay. Does it look like there might be another spot that would connect to any other level, higher or lower?
Where are my tubes?
So yes. So some of the kind of air vents and shafts are kind of wide enough that you could kind of squeeze your way through. So there's a series of kind of air vents. There's some access ducts, and they kind of make a grid going across this floor, as you know, so you can get to buried cables. This was very much built to kind of be a work level where conduits are housed, pumps are housed, the generators are housed, things like that. This is where a lot of the big gear was stored. So it's knowing that, you know, having kind of looked into the mining area and seen some of these large storage areas, that there'd have to be a way for this large equipment to get up and down here, because the elevator you were in was not quite big enough.
You guys, we can get out. We can get out. We can get out. We can get out. It's like, we can get out.
Right now?
She's probably just like repeat, like emphatically.
Out of the prison or out of
I
this?
love the words that you are saying, but I need more context.
Look. And she's gonna like pointing to the map, and she's like, look, these are all big cargo areas. There's other stuff here that didn't come down that central elevator. There's another way out of here. They think we're dead. We can get out.
Now, why would we want to do that? We are kings of prison. This place is great. We have good jobs here, purpose. This is crazy. Let's go back and tell guards we're fine.
Okay.
How are we gonna go back? A, everything's sealed, and B, I'm gonna make you a really awesome deal, Scrawl.
Scrawl
You
goes
help
back and
us-
starts banging on the door. Guards!
You
I
help
will
us get
not
out.
let him do that.
You're gonna do surgery on all of us. Huh? Huh? Even Hopscotch here. Huh? Come on. It's tempting.
Mike, I feel like this needs a roll.
Yeah, we could do. Let's see. We could do a resist torture drugs. I think might be.
Maybe against like a persuasion or something? Like Cav?
Yeah, I like that. Let's make it contested. Hopscotch, let's do some persuasion. Or Cav, sorry.
I almost just rolled another crit. It was sitting on it and rolled back to a 4.
17.
17 over 13.
So you mean like even on hopscotch? That sounds crazy.
She's actually got 2 surgeries she's gonna need you to do.
So he like is like mid bang and like stops. Like
I can stop. But I literally, like, I am going to basically just like stand next to you with my arm around you to keep you from doing weird things, because I think that something is off and something is wrong, and I'm just gonna look at Cav and be like I know he was a little too excited to be on here, but this is weird, right?
Yeah, this is a little bit much.
This
I
isn't-
think the raspberries got to him.
Okay, I'm gonna need something to tie his ass up with if he gets kind of crazy.
Got that belt.
hopscotch takes her belt off. Like
I have so many tools. There's like a wrench up in here. There's a crowbar between my tits. Like there's just a whole assortment going all the way around my torso right now. Yeah,
Static.
Yes.
wild.
Looking at this kind of map and going through, poking around on the terminal a little bit, you do see that there is kind of an air supply vent that is throwing an error that it's blocked up to the kind of north upper left quadrant.
I think we can get more air and get ourselves more time down here, but there's a blocked vent, it's saying. Hopscotch, give me one of those tools you have, and I'll see if I can't shimmy my way over there through the vents that cavalry found, and maybe I can pry whatever it is out of the way and get us some fresh air down here.
yeah, hopscotch. Static wants to grab your tool.
You know what? I'm sure that it would really excite him to know what a big one felt like, but I think that you caused enough damage, and I don't know that I trust you.
Well, I mean, we need to get oxygen down here. It is running out, and now that we've got this flooding situation sorted, I think the air is probably the next best thing to get for ourselves, isn't it?
I'm not opposed to the idea. I'm opposed to you executing the idea.
I mean, after...
And this one has lost his shit, so I can't send him in there. And Cav and I are straight up beefcakes. Do we fit? Although, actually, static bigger, like, body, I don't know, like, the stats, if that makes a difference, but, like, Static is bigger than me.
Yeah, Static is
Cat is the biggest. The rest of you, I think, are the same.
6 body for Static.
Skrull's tiny.
I have a
Well, not tiny, but Skrull's average.
I'm the smallest, aren't I?
Skrull is skinny as hell, but Skrull is also losing his mind. So, all right, I just pull the crowbar out. I swear to Christ, if you mess this up, man.
Well, if I mess it up...
Earn the trust. Shut up and just go. Earn the trust.
All right, well...
This is an opportunity. Just go.
Instantly trips and drops it down the drain.
Yeah.
So yeah, Static will make his way towards the Jeffries and just start crawling through.
Yeah. Can I have a contortion?
That's right. That is
That one?
That's a
That is one.
stat.
Stat?
Contortionist is a stat under body.
Oh my god.
that's a 10.
Shut up.
Apparently
It's a
all of
little
us
bit
ignored.
of a tight fit. Yeah.
But I think he takes his jumpsuit off. So he's just down to his skivvies in here now.
Yeah, so you can kind of make your way through these vents, and as you're coming through, you get to kind of it's a pattern, right? So you'll come to left, rights, and straights, and kind of based on where you were going, let's do a concentration. Let's see if you can find out where you're trying to go.
All right.
Is anybody else's claustrophobia just like going off like crazy? Because the thought of being in a pipe that turns and getting stuck
Underwater. That's a 15 for concentration.
Okay.
This is
Yeah,
all my name,
so-
Donnie.
Yeah, so you've got a pretty good bead on where you're heading to, so you can kind of come and make your way over to where that kind of blocked air vent is. So you can drop down. There's a couple options. So you can drop in the air vent in the hall in front of it. You can continue into the room where the air vent is in, or over to the left of that is an additional room. So it's like there's a room, there's the air vent, and then there's the hall in front of it.
He'll do the room the air vent is in.
Okay. So let me put you there. All right. So as you kind of peer into this room, what's the plan? Are we gonna peek in? Are we gonna drop in?
He'll stick his head in before dropping in and see what he can find in there.
Okay. So as you kind of look in, it's this kind of 20 by 20 cubed room, and the one back wall is this kind of giant industrial fan, and it is blocked. So let's do a perception. See how much detail you can catch kind of poking your head in. The room is kind of
11.
okay, so it looks to be about chest deep with water. The one door is sealed, the one door is open with a little bit of water kind of blowing in from the room back here.
Okay.
So from that adjoined room, there's some water kind of flowing into this room, and it's kind of hard to make out, but you definitely see something large kind of stuck in the fan blade, kind of, blocking it from turning.
Okay, I think what he's going to do is he's going to hop down and see if he can't close the door between the two rooms to stop the water
Okay.
from flowing in.
Yeah, pretty simple to land because it's mostly water, so you kind of splash your way down. And let's have a let's do a brawl. I think might be the closest for like a brute strength kind of.
That works for me. It's an 18.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, there's definitely some pressure kind of pushing her this way, but you can kind of force it shut. And you manage to kind of close that. So the water's kind of stuck at this kind of I assume it's kind of this like crank handle kind of thing to seal this bulkhead door.
Okay.
And then so this you're now in this room of kind of chest deep water and this fan blade that seems to be kind of stuck.
He is going to see if he can't figure out what is blocking that fan blade, that large thing you said was in there.
Sure. And as you kind of make your way over, it is a guard. He is underwater. He is kind of jammed down there. He is not moving as this blade's kind of pushing him into the wall.
Dead? Like, I assume?
Yeah.
Is there an emergency stop button anywhere near this fan?
Yeah, you can find some kind of emergency kind of stop button up on the wall.
Yeah, I think he's gonna hit that and then try and get this dead guard out of there.
Sure. Yeah, you can hit that and the fan kind of powers down, and you can kind of move the blades a little bit and drag this body out. He kind of comes freely once he's no longer kind of pinned by the thing, and he kind of floats over, wearing his typical, the guard uniforms you've seen them all wear. It says Ward, E on his jacket.
I want to see if he's got any concealable weapons, like a collapsible baton or something on him.
Sure, conceal reveal.
Probably hear
That one
echoing
is.
down the Jeffrey tube. Static, you dead man!
No, not yet. Oh shit. That's a negative
Maybe.
1 for conceal reveal.
He has placed something on the guard.
Deposits my crowbar.
I was gonna say he didn't notice the like lionfish hiding underneath him or something.
Guys, water bodies are real gross.
Yeah.
I do think that with that, he's got a data pad, and as you kind of go to pull it out, it kind of slips and gets kind of submerged in the water and kind of teeters on an edge kind of behind the fan blade and just kind of crests the back and starts to float down.
He's gonna reach for it. He's gonna reach through this
Sure.
fan blade for this thing that's sinking.
All right, yeah,
I
give
get
me
to
let's do
not
athletics.
replace another limb.
Yeah.
Athletics, you said?
Yeah, let's do an athletics.
12? Queener.
Yeah, so you manage to kind of run and kind of dive down and just get your fingertip on it. And let's do one more roll under your luck just to see if you can make that final pinch at like just the tips of your finger.
All right, so my luck is 6.
So below a 6.
That's a 4.
And what does this look like?
I think he kind of, swims between these two blades, and just as it's going down that precipice, he kind of picks it between the index and middle finger, pulls it back over the edge gently.
Yeah. So as you kind of back out, you've got you've got a data pad.
Then he will get out of the way of the fan and undo the emergency stop that he had triggered earlier.
Yeah, and as that starts to spin, the warm kind of sensation in your cheeks starts to kind of go away, and forcing some air into this is kind of forcing the water down through that precipice where the data pad almost went down.
Okay.
So the water level is very slowly starting to kind of get forced out. but there is some air now flowing. You can kind of feel some fresher air kind of coming down.
I think I got
splashed plenty.
He'll shout down the tube.
Can you get back?
Oh, I didn't think that far ahead. How high up is the thing I dropped through?
Probably about 12 feet, like to the ceiling. So it was chest high. So it's gonna be hard.
I think I'm gonna have to find another way around. I can't get back up to the tube.
How's your vertical?
I played soccer,
play
not basketball. I'm not much for jumping, unless it's into a crowd of adoring fans.
Oh my god, how is he this insufferable still?
Just leave him.
So, as Static is doing all this, what are the three of you doing?
Cav is probably trying to look at the map and then figure out the best way to go. There's a freight elevator somewhere. Where's this freight elevator going to be, and can she get to it from here without crawling through vents?
All right, let's do a. You want to do a deduction? Maybe kind of look at this and figure out where best options would be.
I can find it again. Yeah, there it is. Oh, come on! An 8.
I mean, that's still pretty good.
There's a lot of options.
I'm so good at deduction because I'm like a cop, but no. She's good at putting like puzzles together, but not live puzzles, I guess. Let's just start testing doors, man. Apparently that's the way she's gonna go about this, is brute force. Is this door open? No. Is this door open? No. Is this door open? All right, let's go through that one.
All right.
I am gonna check out the electrical stuff that Static had mentioned.
Yeah.
And I am just doing my absolute damnedest to learn as much as I can and memorize as much as I can the mechanics of everything we've come across so far, the valve systems, air vents, just trying to really comprehend all of that and make sure that I understand it.
Yeah, I think you can kind of get down some of the color scheming and layouts like that. Kind of, going on with your amazing perception before. A lot of the bulkheads have hatches that seal, and there are emergency open valves, but it looks like they're split. So there's a kind of one of those cranks on the side of the door that would be used in an emergency to open or close it. So kind of being a prison, they wanted to have someone on either side need to be involved in opening this door. Static, where are we going?
I feel like this room that he closed the door, he doesn't want to open back up because he knows that's filling up with water. So he's going to try the other door in this room.
All right. Yeah, that is just closed. You do have the ability to open it.
Yeah, he'll open it, and he'll move through there and see what he sees.
Come out into it. Yeah, so this is kind of the same kind of hallway that you've been around on the same thing. There is a door kind of down below you on the side that is shut and shows water kind of at eye level. So it looks like that section may be flooded. As you continue down the hall, there's a couple doors going off to the side here, and then there's finally a door down below you.
I think he's going to stop and check what these doors are, if there's any labeling or if they've got portholes. He's going to see if there's water on the other side.
Yeah, so in this one, as you kind of peer in, this is kind of looks like a lab. So there is a lot of kind of lab equipment sitting in there. You've got centrifuges and microscopes and all kinds of stuff going on in there. But it looks like a lot of the little things were picked over and emptied really quickly. So it kind of looks like, it was evacuated, so there's lots of debris left, but a lot of the kind of paper, damageable, super expensive, easily moved equipment has disappeared from here.
Then he'll check the next one.
This continues into that room, so it's just a large square.
Okay.
Kind of room back here.
Then he will go. Can I roll that concentration over to figure out that I'm about at the door that was?
Yeah. I think even going off the last one, we can just say that you got a pretty good idea.
All right, so he's going to just kind of give this door a quick bang. Guys.
And Scrawl, you hear on the other side of the door above you some banging.
Is there something over there?
Something or someone?
I don't know. I just hear banging.
Okay.
Probably an ocean rat.
I think what he'll do is he'll
Hey,
start.
dumbass, is that you?
Yes, it's me. Do you not recognize Neon Girls?
I freaking hate that song. It's literally your worst song.
Well, if you hate it so much, you should recognize it then.
Okay, great. Look, the door's open now. Freaking magic.
I got the air going again, but there's a dead god, and I found this on him. I'll pull the data pad out.
All right.
He was rather bloated. Unpleasant.
This prison
Sounds
food
it.
really does that to you. I've been feeling the same way.
I think this was a
I
little
don't
worse than
think
prison
that-
food. Now, why don't you go take a look at him, Scrawl? I think might have some fun.
I read about
no, much
something. It
prefers
was called
working
the
on
bog
living.
body. There's very minerally in here. I wonder if it's like when they turn like into soap because of all the minerals in the body and
Did not smell like soap.
anyway. Okay.
Kind of.
I'm just trying to mentally distract myself. Bog bodies. Wow. Okay.
Reasonable.
Back to business. I hate it here.
But there's a room up there that water's coming in from, and then there's a completely flooded wing, and there's some sort of lab.
Is the data pad working?
Yeah, I never was good with these things anyway.
Yeah, so as you look, there is, you kind of turn on the pad, there's a little battery icon that says 5% remaining. And it asks for a 4-digit PIN code.
0123.
Unlocks.
It's Mike. That's definitely not the password.
1234.
And yeah, I think it's definitely a simple PIN. So with the 1, 2, 3, 4, click in.
We used to do this all the time at the precinct. Yeah, people would have locked phones, and that just.
Are you supposed to do that?
What are you, narc? Oh, that's right, you are.
Yeah, so on the home screen is the picture of a man and a woman kind of hugging on the screen, and there is a kind of count up timer going, and it says 22 months, 11 days.
Oh, wow.
He was so close.
Not at all.
Is it does it look sort of like the corpse I saw?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
That's the guy.
Yeah.
he looks a lot better in that picture.
Was there a place to maybe charge this in the, like, life support room?
We can roll a luck. We'll see if someone managed to leave a data cable behind as they were.
10?
Unfortunately, nothing usable.
Shit.
So
okay.
it's got a little bit of power.
She's
But yeah,
immediately going to start going through it, looking for anything pertinent. Mostly like escape routes or like emergency evac routes or
submarine schedule.
yeah,
so-
schedules.
yeah.
Schedules would be
Yeah.
great. Yes.
Can we
So as you-
know how and when to get out?
As you pop open the kind of looking around through some of the notes and things like that, this guy Hopscotch was right. He was very close to his time being up, but he needed to get out now. And on his calendar is kind of this 17-day kind of repeating cycle going with some notes around. And on the 17th day, he's got a little entry written. And it says, biological cold chain transfer, docking type, external clamp, duration, 11 minutes, human presence, none authorized, pressure equalization only, no internal sweep, cargo stays sealed, and then cargo box in lab, ?
Can we see where we are in that 17-day cycle?
Yeah, so I think the first thing you notice is it's the date on the iPad or data tab thing is about 2 months further ahead than you last remember it being with the courtroom.
Ooh.
And that 17 days is up in 8 days.
Do we? So we're all looking at this. Yeah. Okay. Cav's probably going to look at Hopscotch. She's the only one not crazy, I think. And just be like, we've been down here a while. What's the last thing you remember?
At what point? Like before prison or?
Yeah.
I
Concentration
was in
checks.
a room with Jaquette.
Right.
Okay. Thank you for bearing with us through our technical difficulties. Unfortunately, my audio for the back half of this audio got lost, so I am just going to read you guys the session notes, give you a quick recap of what happened, and we're going to be right back into it next week with another full episode. So here goes. Cav takes the datapad and unlocks it. It's at 5% battery. We see there's a 17-day cycle. Biological cold chain transfer. Interesting. We also notice that the date on the pad is about 2 months ahead of where we thought it was. We've been down here for over 2 months. Holy shit. Cav notices an app that says harness control. She opens it. There's a barcode number with a green light next to it and a slider that's set to 0 on the right panel. Hopscotch orders Static back to his corpse friend to search his pockets. He carries the bloated body back to the rest of the group. He hucks the guy down. He does not explode, thank God. Static puts his jumpsuit back on, and the rest of us find the key card, a baton, and a flashbang on the guard. Static walks into the lab looking for the box that the dead guard was looking for. He finds a box labeled Mary Gale. That little fucker. He starts rifling through the desk, looking for confirmation that his mommy loved him. He sits down at his mother's desk. He tries to remember if she ever spoke of work during his childhood. She didn't talk about it much, but he does remember those soccer games. But he doesn't remember his dad being... He does remember his dad being gone a lot. Hopscotch looks for the cargo box that could be spoken about in the manifest, and for any loose cables that could serve as a makeshift belt. We can't find anything that looks like it fits the description of what was in the datapad. Hopscotch finds a pencil and draws a teddy bear on Static's mom's desk. She tries to snap him out of his memory funk. It's semi-functional. As Static takes his mom's nameplate, he notices a loose spot. He pries it open and there's a paper printout. It's an old chem exam that his dad helped him study for. He pockets it. Cav keeps checking doors. Hopscotch finds a door that is much thicker than normal. There are 4 large pillars with some lattice. It's a large window open to the ocean. It's welded shut, but it goes straight out to the ocean. Skrull and Cav find the other prisoners they went down with. They're very dead. Shit. We keep searching and find a giant garage. There are large chains and hooks, chest-deep oil-filled water. This is a serial killer room. Hopscotch does some quick repairs, cleans out some drain tubes, and starts to get the water to slowly recede. Skrull's got a theory. Will temporary death reset the implant in our heads? Not a terrible thought. As we're having this discussion, we hear the other crew's heads explode off their body. We were very wrong. So very wrong. Death makes your entire noggin explode off your body. Bad juju. We continue searching the area. We find that there's no servers here. There's no data centers, no hub. Checking the data pad again, we see the guard's last email was 4 days ago and that he was scheduled to have a discussion with the warden. We also see that Atwood was processed about 10 days ago and sent straight to the pit. Woof. Static gets ready to get back in the tube and maybe check the levels above, and the session ends. Again, thank you guys for hanging out with us. That is a direct read of the session notes from Ray for the last quarter or so of this episode. If you do like these notes, if you have as much fun with them as we do, make sure you check out our Patreon. Like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. It's super helpful for us. And yeah, like I said, thank you for dealing with us through these technical difficulties. I do apologize. We lost some really good scenes there, and it wouldn't be Thunderleaf if we didn't have at least 1 or 2 technicals, right? But yeah, we'll be back at it next Monday with our normal full-length show, and we did get our tech issues worked out, so it shouldn't happen again. Also, make sure you check us out on Rave Reviews. We've got that Sundays and Wednesdays. Right now, I'm playing Bloodborne. And that's live at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sundays and Wednesdays. And then Thursdays, we've got Donnie Does It. We should be well back into Donnie's painting sessions now. So yeah, I don't think I missed anything. Don't have anyone here to double check for me today. So I'll catch y'all on the flip side.